Now on CoastTV News.
Windy and cooler today as a cold front ushers in chilly air. We have a chance of seeing scattered showers throughout the day with a chance of patchy frost by Thursday morning. I'll track it on Featurecast coming up next.
Taxes due today. The time frame on your return if you file in Delaware or Maryland.
Next level 911, we look at some of the Delaware upgrades in emergency services and the improvements to 911.
Road work disruption.
It's hectic.
The project in Lewis that is causing frustration for drivers.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are continuing with our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And I'm Elisa Weber. It is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025.
Yeah, somewhat of a wet start to our morning. I was kind of hoping Bob was going to be wrong with his forecast. I knew he wouldn't be, but I was hoping that when I woke up it would be clear skies, and it just wasn't the case. Bob.
I always trust Bob. Whatever Bob says is correct. So I knew it.
TIB, trust in Bob?
Trust in Bob. Trust in Bob always. That is going to be the life motto, yes.
Well, yeah, I like to think I'm accurate most of the time, but there's some times where I'm not. I hope it's not today, but we are looking at some clouds now. We had a few sprinkles earlier on across Sussex County. Nothing in the way of thunder here, but we had that farther south from Cape Charles up toward Chincoteague. Chrisville, you had some rumbles of thunder storms earlier on. Now a few showers moving on to the eastern shore around Annapolis and then back through Virginia. We have a trough and then a cold front farther to the west. And along that front, that's where we're seeing some low pressure. We've got some showers that will be heading our way as we go through today, so keep your umbrella handy. Then it gets windy and cold behind this front. But right now, temperature's not bad. They've dropped off a little bit into the 50s and low 60s. Rehoboth 61, as is Delmarva, and 59 in Georgetown. Winds are light from the west now, but they'll be picking up from the southwest as we go through the morning, as we're in and out of the showers, I think, through the morning hours. Temperatures in the 60s. I think the rain shuts off early afternoon, and then it's just breezy and mild around 2:30, and then here comes that front later this evening with falling temperatures and those winds really starting to crank up. If you're going for a run, you're going to be dodging some raindrops, so prepare for that. But pretty mild for your jog with temperatures in the 60s and light winds this morning. Then those winds pick up later today.
Thank you, Bob. Our top story this hour, the deadline to file income taxes. If you waited to the final day, we do have some key items to note. You can actually request a 6-month extension, but you must do that today as well. According to the Delaware Division of Taxation, it can take up to 12 weeks to process your state return. The Maryland Department of Revenue doesn't specify how long it could take to get your state refund, but it is estimated to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 weeks to process your return.
And staff layoffs are underway within the Internal Revenue Service. It comes ahead of tax day. The IRS began implementing their reduction in force last week and will continue notifying staff of layoffs across the agency over the next 2 weeks. However, it is not clear yet how much of that workforce across the IRS is being terminated. More than 7,000 probationary employees at the IRS were terminated, and several thousands of other IRS workers took the administration's deferred resignation offer earlier this winter. According to a source familiar with the matter, the anticipation is that the tax filing season should run smoothly.
Road closures starting today in Lewis. You can see the area here on your screen. According to DelDOT, this is located behind the Redners on Route 9. It's Nassau Commons Boulevard, if you're familiar with that area.
And new this morning, as Matt just mentioned, today in Lewis, roadwork will resume on Nassau Commons Boulevard. This is frequently used road for people who go shopping at the Redners in Lewis, and construction will consist of water main work, storm drain installation, and full roadway reconstruction. The contractor of that work, Adel, says construction will last for the next 2 months and just close down the entrance from Route 9. That work will create one entrance and exit for shoppers, and one local CoastTV spoke with says the work is leaking into the summertime, and that could create some problems.
It's hectic because it does get backed up at the light there. So it's just probably going to take a couple extra minutes, and I guess more patience would be involved, to get your shopping done.
And DelDOT says the end goal of this project is to have a light up at Nassau Commons Boulevard and Route 9.
And we have more road work out of Lewis to tell you about. Tonight, DelDOT is opening up a proposed project to public input. Plans for this area are on your screen. It's Plantation Road. It calls for 2 roundabouts, turn lanes, new curb, and gutter closed system drainage. Specifically, the area we're talking about is Route 24 to Robinsonville Road. And DelDOT is expected to review this project at a 7 p.m. workshop held at Beacon Middle School.
Happening today, work on public beaches access on Assateague Island, Virginia is scheduled to begin. Crews are set to move roads and parking areas 2.5 miles north. They say that the beach area in Accomack County will remain open during this work, and we are told the relocation is needed as the island migrates closer to the mainland due to environmental factors and storms. The nearly $18 million project is expected to be completed next April on Assateague Island.
We have this coming in from Seaford. The city's police department is up for a prestigious recognition. According to the department, representatives from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, or CALE, will be in the city on August 18th. They'll be judging the department's procedures, management, operations, and more. Seaford police say as part of the assessment process, a public comment online portal is now open.
Upgrades are coming to help during emergencies in Delaware. The Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security is rolling out a new and improved 911 service. Callers will be able to stream live videos and share photos. This will allow first responders to get important information before arriving on the scene. The enhanced system will also allow for text translation and language support. Officials plan to upgrade all Delaware public safety answering points by next year.
Maryland Transportation Authority is warning of another scan. It's another one involving tolls. Now you're saying emails and text messages are circulating stating that the recipient has an unpaid toll debt. The agency is emphasizing it does not send texts of this notification. MDTA says people who receive the fraudulent messages should report them to the FBI.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. on this Tuesday morning, where the issue about a Maryland man deported to El Salvador became part of a Monday meeting between President Trump and El Salvador's president. And that nation continues to take in deported alleged Venezuelan gang members.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us illegal immigration, updating tariff policy, and the opposition by Democrats to both is how the Trump administration begins its Tuesday.
This morning, the standoff over a mistaken deportation intensifying after President Trump hosted the president of El Salvador, who claimed he could not return the man from a mega prison in his country.
How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a father of 3 with a work permit in Maryland, was deported to El Salvador through what the Justice Department called an administrative error. The Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to facilitate his return.
That's the order. The order is bring him back.
But the Attorney General argues initiating Abrego Garcia's release is El Salvador's call.
This is international matters, foreign affairs. If they wanted to return him, we would facilitate it, meaning provide a plane.
The White House now saying Abrego Garcia was not mistakenly deported, alleging he's part of the violent MS-13 gang. Claims his family denies.
I'm still fighting for you.
He's never been criminally charged in the U.S. or El Salvador. President Trump saying he wants to deport more migrants here illegally to El Salvador prisons, and saying the Attorney General is looking into whether U.S. citizens with violent criminal convictions could be sent there too.
If it's a homegrown criminal, I have no problem. Now, we're studying the laws right now.
The president also weighing in on tariffs, saying a new round is coming on imported pharmaceuticals and semiconductor chips, which could drive up costs for computers and smartphones. Though asked about possible exemptions for Apple products, President Trump said he would be flexible. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Including temporary ticket shift, the change at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center, and how you can still get in at upcoming shows.
Also making changes to a memorial. We'll tell you how Ellendale could update its war memorial and how local businesses would be able to help with the design and construction.
But first, rolling back Biden programs while the USDA claims these cuts actually will bring more money to farmers. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Coming up on 6:13 on this Tuesday morning, and we have dry conditions right now in the Bay Health Cam in Dover and 60 degrees there. We have dried it out across Sussex County. We had some morning showers, some storms earlier farther south, but now we're seeing a few more showers moving onto the eastern shore around Cambridge back through Virginia, and there is more rain farther back to the west along a cold front, and we'll be watching that moving through. And then behind this front, it gets windy and colder. Right now, not too bad. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s and 60s, light winds, but those winds pick up later today. Drivecast, I gave it the yellow light this morning for scattered showers, and then I gave it a yellow light for the PM commute for windy conditions later on. So hang on to that steering wheel and drive with caution.
Got a change that could affect farmers on Delmarva. The U.S. Department of Agriculture was announcing the cancellation of the Biden administration's partnerships for climate-smart commodities. According to Secretary Brooke Rollins, under that program, more taxpayer money was funneled to the management of the grants and less went to farmers. Rollins says existing grant agreements must have a minimum of 65% of the money going to the farmers. And according to the department, they will honor expenses from the partnership that occurred prior to Sunday.
Happening today in Selbyville, a discussion on short-term rentals. According to the agenda, the Planning and Zoning Committee is set to take up this topic at its meeting tonight. Also on the agenda, possible parking restrictions for campers and other trailers. That meeting is set for 4 p.m. at the Town Hall.
The insurance company Liberty Mutual is paying Delaware hundreds of thousands of dollars. Officials say the company paid a $300,000 penalty to the First State after an investigation uncovered 31,000 instances of misleading advertising. The Department of Insurance says the violations including listing discounts on homeowners and auto policies that were not actually available to Delaware consumers. 3 Liberty Mutual companies were cited with an additional $200,000 penalty pending if those issues are not corrected.
NVIDIA is working to produce AI supercomputers entirely in the United States. The company announced plans to build manufacturing space in Arizona and Texas. Meanwhile, the company is building a supercomputer factory in Houston and Dallas. NVIDIA says it plans to produce up to $500 billion of AI infrastructure in the U.S. within the next 4 years.
Meta's federal antitrust trial kicked off on Monday in Washington with CEO Mark Zuckerberg right there taking the stand. The FTC is accusing Meta of illegally building a social networking monopoly through its acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. There will not be a jury here, which means the judge will be issuing the final ruling. And if he rules against Meta, the company could be forced to sell Instagram and WhatsApp.
Still ahead on CoastTV News today, making changes to a memorial. We'll tell you about the plans in Ellendale to update the town's war memorial and when officials are set to discuss this.
Mainly cloudy skies on the Irish Eyes Kamloops and 61 degrees. We have a cold front that's moving through Delmarva. We're back to our west. That will trigger some showers today. And then behind the front, it becomes windy and then much cooler. Maybe some patchy frost by Thursday morning. Easter holiday weekend is not looking too bad. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes.
Time is 6:18 and you are looking live at a cloudy morning in Lewis. No sunshine there. Bob, is dreary a good term to describe today?
Yeah, but it is tax day, Matt, so I think the two kind of go hand in hand. Kind of dreary, you got to get your taxes done, and it's a good day to be inside crunching the numbers because we're looking at lots of clouds and some showers throughout the day. We had one round of sprinkles coming through earlier across Sussex County. Now there's another little round in the eastern shore. We had some bigger storms earlier south of Chincoteague and then farther south from there, but things have cleared out there. But here's some showers now from Hurlock, about to move into Seaford, Cambridge, Taylor's Island, and we'll be looking at these scattered showers really much of the day. We have more of these showers back to the west through Virginia. There is a cold front to our west, and along that front, a little bit of low pressure rippling along that front. So we're seeing the moisture, and we're looking at those showers once again on and off throughout the day. And then that front comes through this evening. Behind it, it's much colder air with high pressure building in through the plains. This is pretty cold air, and we're looking at that high settling in close to us and then eventually over us Thursday morning for that potential of frost. But it's mild out the door. 50s and low 60s this morning. Ocean Pines 61, the same for Delmarva, and Milton right now at 60 degrees as the winds are light from the west, but they'll be picking up throughout the day. As Futurecast at 7:30 showing the clouds, some showers moving through. It's still pretty mild with low 60s, and you see some heavier showers near Berlin and Salisbury, so it's possible could get some heavier, well, I wouldn't say downpours, but heavier showers from time to time. 11:30, still some showers around Millsboro, Salisbury, and back through Long Neck. I think we do dry it out later this afternoon. It's still mild, winds out of the southwest ahead of the front. Then the front comes through about 5 p.m., and then it gets windy, and then it gets cold tonight as we're seeing clear skies. Temperatures dipping by morning into the mid-40s, feeling colder with that wind. And then tomorrow, windy and temperatures only in the 50s to lower 60s, but feeling much colder with the wind. Winds diminish tomorrow night. Protect your plants because by Thursday morning, we're looking at mid to upper 30s. It really has to be around 36 or colder to see a frost. So I think we'll be close in many inland spots. We're not going to see a frost at the beach, but they definitely want to protect your plants as that high pressure settles over the top of us with that potential for frost, and protect your vegetation because it definitely could get nipped by temperatures in the mid 30s. We're looking at those winds later today, gusting near 40 miles per hour. Make sure those outdoor items are secured, and we're looking at gusty winds continuing Wednesday, gusting about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Good news heading into the weekend, Easter weekend, and next week we're looking at temperatures well above normal as we settle into more of a typical spring pattern. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Some showers today, 66, and then it dries out. It gets chilly, 58 Wednesday, 37 Thursday morning. By Good Friday, we're up to 70 and then close to 80 on Saturday. Some overnight showers possible, but I think we dry it out for Easter Sunday, partly cloudy and 66 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, Ellendale officials will discuss renovations for its Veterans Memorial. On your screen now, you can see the current site of that Veteran Memorial. It's located right next to the town's police department. According to town clerk Karen Emery, Bellatera Landscapes and Garden Center, they're bidding on the site. Emery told us Bellatera will come in with a checklist that would bring the council some proposals they could add or change about the memorial. CoastTV spoke with one man who lives in Ellendale who told us with it being a smaller town, a memorial like this deserves more attention.
Well, it's very important for the community because it'll keep the spirit of respect to our veterans. People have served and they're serving our country. So it's very important to keep that memory here in town of Ellendale.
And that meeting is taking place tonight, 7 o'clock at Town Hall.
More to come this morning on CoastTV News Today. Temporary ticket shift. We'll tell you what shows you can look forward to at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. Don't go anywhere.
If you have a Delaware student athlete, we have an update for you. The Delaware Division of Public Health is offering free physicals for a new season. According to the Georgetown Middle School, this is taking place May 7th and also the 21st at that school. Parents or guardians must complete the DIAA forms beforehand. They can be picked up at the school office, and this is open to 5th through 8th graders.
New this morning in Ocean City, temporary changes at the Performing Arts Center. According to the organization's Facebook page, the box office is closed on April 18th, and it's expected to reopen Monday, April 21st. The Ocean City Performing Arts Center says people can still buy tickets online. There are 3 upcoming shows, including Mickey Dolenz Songs and Stories, Mean Girls, and the Fab Four. And Easter is right around the corner, and you can start your Easter Sunday with music and meaningful conversation if you celebrate with the Sunrise Sermons 2025, The Final Sacrifice. Services begin at 7 a.m. on Coast Country, 9:30 on the Delmarva Sports Network, and at 10:30 right here on Coast TV. Not a gloomy day for tax day. Maybe isn't such a bad thing. You can stay inside and file away.
Yeah, unfortunately I already got my things in, but
good.
I know there's always some people that wait till the last moment. Also could be a challenging day if you wanted to take a walk or a jog on the beaches. It's always popular in our area, but Bob, they might have to dodge some raindrops if they wanted to do that.
I think so, yeah. I think we'll be in and out of those showers all over the place, especially at the beaches, too. Assateague and Chincoteague, you see some showers around the noon hour. I think we're seeing temperatures in the 50s to low 60s. Waves around 2 to 4 feet. Falmouth Island and Ocean City, we'll see showers every once in a while with 50s and 60s, and those winds really ramp up around 5 o'clock as we're looking at that strong cold front coming through. 66 with showers today in Cambridge, and then windy and cooler Wednesday and Thursday. Similar conditions for Crisfield, 61 with rain today and lots of wind into Wednesday. And it gets pretty cold, maybe a frost Thursday morning, and looking pretty good for the Easter holiday weekend. Much more in your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, Rooftop Bar Request will tell you how one popular restaurant in Ocean City wants to expand and what new additions are included.
Also, Lewis Roadwork resumes. How closures near one shopping center could impact drivers.
And seeking Representative Parker Selby as the Delaware General Assembly reconvenes again today. The big question is, will she attend? Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Windy and cooler today as a cold front ushers in chilly air. We have a chance of seeing scattered showers throughout the day with a chance of patchy frost by Thursday morning. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
Missing Milton Voice with potential votes on 4 pieces of legislation today in the Delaware General Assembly. Questions continue about District 20 Representative Stell Parker Selby.
Exit temporarily eliminated the road project near a Lewis shopping and business center that is creating frustration.
Filing final push, the requirement to get tax returns in by the end of today and what to expect in Delaware and Maryland.
This is Coast TV News Today.
April 15th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 6:30 as we make our way in. It's somewhat of a damp day out there, everybody. You know it if you've looked out. And if you're about to head out, get ready for it.
We said before we better have some beautiful flowers. I mean, the trees already look beautiful, which is a
There's
very good sign.
one in our yard. It blooms for about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then a storm will come through and knock off all the flowers. Like it's short-lived. We always look forward to it, but we take pictures because it's not going to be there 48 hours from now.
Well, hopefully in May we'll have a lot of really beautiful flowers, Bob, but today we're expecting some more sprinkles.
Yeah, we are, and those blooms have it tough this time of year. You get a strong wind through, and then that's pretty much it for them. And we have more strong wind coming behind the cold front. We're ahead of the cold front now. We had some sprinkles earlier. We have a little break across Sussex County, but more showers moving in. We'll take a look at those in a second. We had heavier showers and storms near Chincoteague and Point South earlier on, but we are watching a new batch of showers into Cambridge, into Seaford, parts of the eastern shore, and those extend into Virginia. So we're looking at, well, more of these showers building in as we go through time. It's right along a cold front, right near the I-95 corridor, and it's along and ahead of that front that we're seeing those showers right now. And we'll continue to see those showers really much of the day as colder air will funnel in behind this system. But ahead of it, we're looking at 50s and low 60s out the door. Make sure you grab your umbrella. The winds are light now, but they'll be picking up with time as we're tracking those showers on Futurecast. Could be heavy at times, briefly heavy, with mild temperatures in the 60s. By noon, still a few showers. Then I think it dries out after about 2 p.m. That front comes through about 4 to 5 p.m. and then it gets breezy and very cold as we go through the overnight hours. If you're heading to Bethany Beach on the boardwalk, make sure you have your raincoat. It will be mild with low 60s this morning, but the rain showers picking up as we go through the morning hours and then should be ending as we go into the early afternoon.
Thank you, Bob. We are now going to take a live look at Delaware's capital city of Dover, and the General Assembly will be in session today with a full slate of committee hearings and meetings and the potential of several bills being voted in the House of Representatives. And the question in our top story this morning, will District 20 Representative Democrat Stell Parker Selby be in attendance and vote on those bills? So far this year, she has not voted on one piece of legislation. This has created controversy because she has not attended one day at the General Assembly, meaning District 20, which covers Milton and parts of Lewis, has not had representation on votes in the House this year.
It's in November of 2024 that Parker Selby was reelected to the House for a second term, and here's the update on this situation. Prior to the start of the 153rd General Assembly, Parker Selby sent a letter stating she would not be present at Legislative Hall due to a medical event. Over 100 pieces of legislation have been voted on in the House in 2025. Parker Selby has not voted on any of them. Now, normally the General Assembly ends on the final day of June, meaning there are 76 days remaining in this session.
And happening today, the deadline to file income taxes. If you have waited till the final day, here's some key information you need to know. You can request a 6-month extension, but that request is also due today. According to the Delaware Division of Taxation, it would take up to 12 weeks to process your state return. The Maryland Department of Revenue doesn't specify how long it could take to get your state refund, but it's estimated to be up to 10 weeks to process your return.
Today in Lewis, the road work will resume on Nassau Commons Boulevard. This is a frequently used road for people who go shopping at the Redners. We do know that there is water main work, storm drain installations, and full roadway reconstruction. The contractor, Adel, says construction will last for the next 2 months. It will close the entrance way from Route 9. That means there'll be just one entrance and exit for shoppers. DelDOT says the overall goal for this project at the end is to have a light up at Nassau Commons Boulevard and Route 9.
Tonight in Ocean City, the request for a rooftop bar for one of the town's popular restaurants is up for review by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The Angler on Talbot Street is attempting to expand its restaurant. Ocean City's Planning and Community Development staff is recommending this approval. The commission will get a look at renderings submitted by architect Joseph G. Thompson. It follows a renovation project that the restaurant completed last year. Those plans include an enclosed kitchen, seating, and restroom facilities.
Seaford Police Department is up for a prestigious recognition. According to the department, representatives from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, or Kaylee, will be in the city on August 18th. The organization will judge the department's procedures, management, operations, and more. Seaford Police say as part of the assessment process, a public portal is open for comments for people to give their thoughts.
Critical upgrades are coming to help during emergencies in Delaware. The Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security is rolling out a new and improved 911 service. Callers will be able to stream live video and share photos. This allows first responders to get important information before arriving on scene. The enhanced system will also allow for text and translation and language support, and officials plan to upgrade all of Delaware's public safety answering points by next year.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore is celebrating a study abroad program with Salisbury University. Governor posting these pictures that we're showing you here to his Facebook page. This is of a signing ceremony with the school and the Japan Study Abroad Foundation. According to Governor Moore, the program has improved relationships between Maryland and Japan for 25 years so far. People in California are recovering this morning from a massive earthquake on Monday. Preliminary estimates putting it at magnitude at 5.2.
Reed Binion shows us the damage and how people in that area were impacted.
Boom, 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 boom. Loud. Like thunder loud.
People in Southern California got a rude awakening Monday morning.
The whole sky was rumbling.
There was just a huge earthquake in San Diego. Must have been like a 5-point something.
He's not far off. Preliminary estimates put the quake's magnitude at 5.2.
My God, that was huge, Buster.
Experts at Caltech said the quake was recorded at just after 10 a.m. near Julian, California. It was relatively deep, roughly 8 miles below the surface.
I was actually supposed to be in class. I was asleep in my car, but it woke me up and I got the alert on my phone. I just thought it was like a big truck or something.
According to the United States Geological Survey, more than 25 million people experienced weak to light shaking.
I was standing in my office and I got the notification a couple of seconds before I felt it. It was a pretty good shake.
Tremors were felt across a large part of the state from Los Angeles to San Diego. Video from the San Diego Zoo Safari Park shows the African elephants reacting to the quake with behavior known as an alert circle, instinctively circling an elephant calf to protect it. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. Talks surrounding a Maryland man deported to an El Salvador prison continue as that country's president met with President Trump on Monday. The president of El Salvador, during a White House visit, telling reporters he will not send that man back to the United States, saying he doesn't have the power to return him. The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia is testing the resolve of the Supreme Court, which ordered the administration to, quote, facilitate Garcia's return home. The White House says Garcia is a gang member, though he has not been criminally charged in either country. Now the administration arguing his deportation was not a mistake after all.
This is international matters, foreign affairs. If they wanted to return him, we would facilitate it, meaning provide a plane.
That's the order. The order is bring him back.
And President Trump saying he wants to deport more migrants here illegally to El Salvador prisons.
We have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, Constitution could cover marriage. We'll tell you about the debate in the first state as some lawmakers push to make marriage a constitutional right.
Also, girls lacrosse clash, that closing surge that produced a win for a Henlopen Conference team.
But first, fighting the spread of lanternflies will tell you how to destroy the invasive species as numbers are ramping up across Delmarva. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
6:41 on this cloudy Tuesday morning. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam and Laurel 59. The sun's coming up. Can't really see it. Not going to see it really much of today with the clouds out there. And now some showers moving in around Bridgeville and Seaford and back through the eastern shore of Maryland as well. We also have those showers across Chesapeake Bay into Virginia. Some pockets of heavier rain, so a brief downpour can't be ruled out as we're tracking this cold front that's headed our way. Behind it, much cooler and drier air. Ahead of the front, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Light winds now, but those winds ramp up later today. What size coffee? Well, it's going to be extra large. It's tax day. It's unsettled. We've got some rain out there. 66 and scattered showers, mild, windy later on. And call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Bob, the damage-causing spotter lanternflies have made a return. As of April 11th, the insects have been found in 17 states. Delaware and Maryland are included. Officials advise homeowners to look for and destroy lantern eggs before they hatch. The invasive pests feast on a wide range of plants and pose a danger to crops. Environmentalists say scrape the eggs and then smash them. You'll find them on places like trees, rocks, cars, and lawn furniture.
Cambridge is moving forward with plans to resurface over 2 miles of roadway this year. It starts with sidewalk improvements. City engineers say they prioritize the roads based on their condition. They were using a pavement study from 2018 to do that. All this is going to cost about $600,000.
New this morning, city offices in Dover will be closed on Friday, and the city says there will also be no trash or recycling pickup on Friday either. Pickup will be rescheduled for Monday, April 21st, along with normal Monday collection. The city is reminding everyone to have containers out by 7 a.m., and pickups not completed on Monday will finish on Tuesday.
The 2025 Delaware Press Association Communications Contest Awards have come out, and we're pleased and grateful to say Coast TV has placed in 6 different categories. Let's check those out. First place for Best Newscast. We had first and second for On the Scene Report. Second, an honorable mention in a prepared report category. First place in online publication. Second in special programming. First place for social media presence. And also there was an honorable mention for electronic newsletter.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Last night, we saw one of the tightest girls lacrosse games so far this season between 2 of the best in Delaware. 6-1 Cesar Rodney made the ride to face 8-0 Caravel in a clash of the Titans. 2.5 minutes in, the Riders show they aren't messing around. A give and go for Ella Roberts gets the scoring started and puts the Riders ahead 1-0. On to the second quarter, all tied at 3, CR in transition. This time, Roberts does the facilitating, finding an open Ella Price who puts in the go-ahead goal. Riders led 4-3 at the half. In the third, here comes Caravel. The Bucks have already taken the lead, and Alina Malinowski adds on, ripping this one by the keeper. A 4-0 Caravel run makes it 7-4. It looks like they'll run away with it and stay unbeaten, but not so fast. Those Riders have some fight left. Now 7-5 Caravel. Brooke Roberts gets by everyone and finishes high. It's a 1-goal game heading to the fourth. Then in the fourth, Riders up 1, and it's Brooke Roberts getting to her spot again, giving the final blow. Riders in the game on an 8-1 run and win it 12-8. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Had a rough week? Well, actually, Elisa, go with that one.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 7 p.m., Salisbury University takes on St. Mary's in men's lacrosse. Then it's the final score at 10:30. And over on the DSN Plus app, along with that game of the night, at 5:30, Polytech faces Delmarva in boys lacrosse. At that time, Indian River visits Sussex Academy in girls soccer.
All right, now on to this one. If you had a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Fridays. And here's what you can expect later today on Coast Life.
Well, we know that Easter weekend is coming up quick, and we've got a lot of celebrations, things to talk about today on Coast Life at 4. Let's see what is coming up. If you want to celebrate with a sunrise sermon, we've got a special guest to tell you all about it and how you can do that.
And we're going to argue.
Yeah,
we are going to get into it. It is Easter related. We're going to talk about peeps. Are you for? Are you against? You know, those little yellow birds with the marshmallow inside. Are you a fan? Sometimes they're bunnies. Are you a fan? Are you not? I think that you're going to like this one.
So break out the boxing gloves for that one. We'll see you today at 4 for some Coast Life.
We're seeing lots of clouds right now in the Irish Eyes, Cam and Lewis, and we're going to be seeing showers throughout the day as a cold front is headed our way. Behind that front, windy and colder, maybe a little bit of frost Thursday morning. Right now, the Easter holiday weekend forecast not looking too bad. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Time is now 6:49, and we are taking a live look outside at Rehoboth Beach this morning. And Bob, that is a beautiful shot right there. Look at that sun coming up, Bob.
Yeah, I know. I guess I was wrong.
Ooh.
Well.
We said you trust him always.
Well, most of the time. Most of the time. Well, you know, I didn't say we were not going to see sun today, but it seems like we've been seeing sunrises these last couple of days while we've had rainy days. That sun's not going to last long. We're looking at showers moving back into Sussex County, north and west of Highway 9 near Bridgeville, Milford, back towards the eastern shore. That's where we're seeing the rain now. Cambridge seeing the rain, Easton, along the Chesapeake Bay up to the Bay Bridge. We're looking at rain as well. And that rain extends back into eastern parts of Virginia. Maybe some heavier rain too. So all of this is headed our way out ahead of a cold front. And here it is now, essentially along the I-95 corridor. So along and ahead of it is where we're seeing the rain across Delmarva up into the Philly area. Not expecting anything in the way of severe weather, but make sure you grab your rain gear out the door as we're tracking this cold front. More showers to the south and west. Behind it, we're looking at cold and breezy conditions that will be building in as we go through the day. In fact, we're seeing some snow up in the Great Lakes. That's how cold this air mass is as high pressure is building in across the northern plains. Then this high will take over, give us a nice day tomorrow. Then as that high settles over us Thursday morning, we do have a threat for frost for inland spots. Right now, pretty mild out the door, 50s and 60s, 60 in Salisbury and Delmarva, 58 in Seaford, 62 in Ocean City right now. Winds are light now, but they're going to pick up through time. So let's track the rain on Futurecast here, 7:30, Millsboro back to Salisbury, Georgetown seeing the rain as well. Could come down briefly heavy at times through the mid-morning hours. Later in the morning, still some showers hanging on and temperatures mild in the low 60s. I think those showers end early afternoon and then it becomes breezy and mild. And then that front comes through about 5 p.m. Behind it, we're going to cool it down. Breezy and cold overnight. By Wednesday morning, we're looking at temperatures in the 40s. It will be a windy Wednesday with temperatures in the 50s to right around 60 by 3 p.m., but feeling much colder with that strong wind. Then tomorrow night, that's when we have to protect the plants. The winds start to die down, clear skies, and by Thursday morning, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 30s away from the coast. Could be cold enough for a little bit of frost, not looking at a hard freeze by any means, and then still pretty chilly into Thursday. And as that high pressure settles over us, make sure you protect your plants as we go into Thursday morning. And hang on to your hats and fasten those outdoor items. We're looking at those winds gusting over 40 miles per hour this afternoon. Still breezy tonight and still gusty winds as we go into your Wednesday. Then as we look down the road into the Easter holiday weekend and next week, looking at temperatures that are above normal. I think we have a sustained period of spring warmth for a change at that time. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 66 with the rain today, 58 and windy on Wednesday, maybe a little frosty Thursday morning, 62 on Thursday, Good Friday, 70 degrees, then almost 80 on Saturday. Saturday, showers possible Saturday night, but I think it does dry out for Easter Sunday. A little cooler and a high around 66.
Thanks, Bob. Delaware is considering a new proposal to the state's constitution. This is the right to marry. Some lawmakers are pushing for it to be added to the document. The bill would require the state to recognize all marriages regardless of gender. Lawmakers pushing for the bill say it would not infringe on freedom of religion. Religious organizations would have the right to refuse to recognize or perform a marriage. David Mariner with Sussex Pride says this is a good step for the state.
We've seen the LGBTQ community under attack in many different ways in this administration, and anything that we can do to enshrine our protections is really important at this point.
Bill is now awaiting consideration in Delaware's Executive Senate Committee.
And the time is now 6:53, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day hitting us with a very helpful reminder. We've been talking about it all morning. On your screen, that's Benny reminding us today is tax day. You can see he's deep in paperwork. I do love his glasses there, Elisa.
No, he needs to focus. He needs the glasses.
Yeah, Benny was submitted to us, as always, by Tammy in Seaford.
I hope Benny gets a break today. It's stressful. And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
That's where that QR code is at the top center. Scan that, get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
We have seen a brighter eastern sky with a little bit of sunshine, but that's going to be short-lived because we're looking at clouds and showers already moving on to Delmarva ahead of a cold front. Behind that cold front, we'll be looking at windy and cooler conditions, and then it's going to warm up for the upcoming weekend, I think, for the Easter holiday weekend, especially Saturday. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
The time is now 6:56. We're going to take another quick look at your forecast.
Little double trouble today, Bob, with some strong winds and some showers.
Triple threat. We've got taxes due today, too. But we are looking at the showers today on and off. I think they'll be ending early afternoon, and temperatures in the 60s. Then it gets windy behind that cold front. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast out of 43 tomorrow morning. Windy and chilly Wednesday, 58. Could be a little frosty Thursday morning. And then heading into the Easter weekend, 70 on Good Friday, 79 on Saturday. Maybe a little bit of rain Saturday night, and then drier and cooler on Easter Sunday. Looking pretty good as we go into early next week.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
Today's show is coming up at 7.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV Midday at 11.
Until then, have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.